Once upon a time, in a faraway corner of the world, there was a little republic.
Հենց նոր քիչ առաջ ինչպես պատմում են տեղացիները օդանավ է անցել եւ ռմբակոծել Շուշի Ղազանչեցոց եկեղեցին մենք հիմա դուրս կգամ եւ իմ
for taking us on this journey with you because that's exactly how it felt for me. It felt like I was there. It felt like I was experiencing it all the 44 days of that war. But before we talk about the journey, if you all share a little bit about yourselves, your backgrounds, and how you got involved in the film. And I will start with Alec.
It was like still 3-4 weeks before the end of the war to just shoot what he can and do what he can do. So the idea was there was no plan or anything until the horrible conclusion and the fact that we would do what we had done for the revolution before that, which was an extremely happy and euphoric story where everybody in LA wanted to come and see it. Everybody wanted to pack the theaters. It was a huge. Everyone was contacting us. Let's come. Can we get into this? Can we get into the screen?
And unite and survive the terrible moments. And so I think that's what Alec is saying. It means a lot that you're here. And that we're in this together. And that despite these dark days of our history, we can watch it, as Lika says at the end of the film, we can face the reality, and we can build from it as we always have and always will. Armenians shall meet in this world, the story continues. The story does continue, and although he's not here on stage, I do want to thank our sound designer and mixer, Lucien Palmer, who's actually Lucien, thank you for being here. So Lika, you really are. You are the originator of this film. None of this would have happened had you not decided to write, to stay, to observe, to feel, to participate, to write, not to run away, but to be there, to be present.
Now, you know a lot about me after the movie. I'm coming originally from Seferian, from Artsakh. I studied political science, but I ended up in journalism somehow, and here with you. So thank you, ARPA Film Festival. I want to thank the founders, the directors, the members, the workers, everybody who is in this, and who, with the support of Garin, with the support of Alec, with the support of other producers, organized this, because it's not usual for us and for Artsakh to be heard. And the name is Invisible Republic, and it becomes to be visible through you. Like idol for me, but something like a part of history of Artsakh. So this I had in mind sometimes, but not really an idea of it.
Yeah, and the words themselves were so powerful. There's a lot of symbolism in the film. The fish tank specifically, when you were feeding the fish and then eventually they came back to life and they started to eat. That speaks to the resilience of the fish, and I feel like that speaks to the resilience of our people as well. What are the main messages that you want to relay across the audience?
We know that being Armenians is a full-time job. We haven't signed up for some kind of victory march here, guys. We don't want some falsely inspiring message, nor do we want to be defeatist. The truth is, we're all of these things. We are the beauty in the fishbowl, and we are the bombs bursting our homeland in flames. It's all of it. We're all of it. We're going to lose, and we're going to win, and we're going to lose again, and we're going to win, and we've done it for thousands of years, and we're going to continue to do it for thousands of more years.
Yay!
Another thing that stands out to me is the fact that your parents were discouraging you from fixing up your home because they thought and knew that this was going to happen again. And I think that speaks to the intergenerational trauma that we face, that we're always on edge. And so that's a takeaway that I had from the film. But another thing that stands out to me is when you were going to the bunker and you thought to yourself, well, what are some things that I would take with me from my home to the bunker? And I'm curious that if we had to go to a bunker and we had to take 3 things from our home, what would those 3 things be? I'd like to know.
All of us. 3 things we would.
Yeah, 3 things you take from your home.
Lika,
to a
maybe
bunker.
since you actually had to make that decision, why would you?
Yes.
In the movie, I said I wouldn't have taken anything, but I don't know. It's very difficult. It's a really difficult choice. And coming back to the previous question, that the message, my message is the only message I have is don't take anything for granted. And this is the only thing that I would like to say to the people: don't take anything for granted. The peace in, I think many of you live in LA, the peaceful life in LA, like when you don't have to think about bunkers, or if you hear a noise, don't take it like, you don't assume anything, you just know it's not a bomb. So that would be my message. And Levon, some days ago, he asked me to prepare a backpack with some needed items, just in case. I think many of people in Artsakh have that backpack, and it doesn't matter where you live. Even if I lived in LA, I would have that backpack, and there would be probably my passport, my camera, and my phone. That would be 3 things.
But it's a great question, but I think the great answer was provided by Lika in the film, which is you do not, it's a trick question, you do not take anything from your house. You do not take anything from the house. You return to the house.
Եկել ենք որ հաղթենք։
Ուրախ
Կրելու ենք։
Պատերազմ գնալուց առաջ պետք
Հաղթելու ենք։
է ուրախ գնաս, որ հաղթես։
Ուրիշ տարբերակ չկա։
Garin and Alec, special mayor's commendations for the work that you've done of Armenian culture and history through art. Now, I know this was a very somber production and thing to watch, but still there's an art behind the way of telling a story, even in the documentary dealing with a subject as heavy as the one we just watched. So I want to present these to our modern day Gusans and Ashuks, to Lika, to Garin, and to Alec. In recognition of being, this one's to you, Garin, in recognition of being the director of the film Invisible Republic, which preserves the record of what the Armenian people suffered during the Artsakh War. Your work elevates the voices of those fighting for human rights around the world. On behalf of the city of Glendale, I wish you great success. Signed, myself, Mayor of Glendale. Preserved what the Armenian people endured. To Lika Zakaryan for sharing your story.
revolution that happened in Armenia, and I mean, it was happy at the time for everyone involved.
It's a hard place to plan for.
Всё.
Եկել ենք որ հաղթենք։
Ու
կրելու ենք։
Արտերած գնալուց առաջ պետք է ուրախ գնաս որ հաղթես։ Այդ
Ուրիշ տարբերակ չկա։
Through art. Now I know this was a very somber production and thing to watch, but still there's an art behind the way of telling a story, even in the documentary dealing with a subject as heavy as the one we just watched. So I want to present these to our modern day Gusans and Ashuks, to Lika, to Garin, and to Alec. In recognition of being, this one's to you, Garin, in recognition of being the director of the film Invisible Republic, which preserves the record of what the Armenian people suffered during the Artsakh War. Your work elevates the voices of those fighting for human rights around the world. On behalf of the city of Glendale, I wish you great success. Signed, myself, Mayor of Glendale.